Woodcrest versus Teresa L. Riddle, rather, 2404086. Good morning, counsel. Your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Reno Airborne on behalf of the plaintiff, Woodcrest Terrace.
This defendant showed up late on Friday and had filed some motion to, I guess, to stay the proceeding or stay the eviction. And it's entitled Ex parte Order to Stay Eviction. She's saying no notice sent for hearing, sent the plaintiff's address, radiation, cancer treatment, canceled to be in court. She accidentally used plaintiff address, mailing address. I mean, so what I did is, even though she did not show up for the motion to withdraw, which was scheduled for November 25th, at which time I granted her motion, and then I granted a judgment for plaintiff possession only with a writ date of December the 5th. For some reason, she showed up late on December the 20th with this motion. I instructed the staff to call and notify both you or your office and Ms. Riddle to appear here at 8:30 in the morning. It's now 8:44. I was told that they couldn't get a hold of her, that she had the wrong phone number down. They finally got her phone number, I think from Lakeshore, and that her voicemail box was full. She called her, I guess, again at 10 o'clock or 10 to 8 this morning. And then apparently I was told that somebody from your office spoke with her. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor. She called me at like 5 o'clock on Friday, and she was just telling me, and I pretty much told her I can't help you. I said just show up at 8:30. I said there's a hearing at 8:30. Show up. Don't be late. And she said thank you. I'll show up. And then that's.
And you told her you were clear that it was 8:30 this morning.
Yes, Your Honor. I said Monday. I said everything you're telling me. Tell the judge 8:30. Don't be late. Monday morning. Please be there.
I have real problems with how she's proceeded here. I mean, she did, like I said, she did not show up on November the 25th. The judgment went out. It said that the writ date would be on December 5th. And then she shows up late on the 20th. Apparently, now she doesn't show up on the 5th. The court officer was going to go out this morning. I was told at 8 o'clock. Jennifer, I'd like you to state on record again your conversations and attempts to contact the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with you about her motion, I did attempt to contact her. The phone number that she has written on the motion is incorrect. I called Lakeshore Legal Aid and got a phone number from them. The voicemail does say that this is Teresa, and the voicemail box was full. I called when I got in this morning about 7:45 and did attempt to call her prior to 8 o'clock. I was able to leave a message this morning, but I've not gotten a call back.
And Mr. I'm sorry, counsel, is it Arabo?
Arabo, yeah, that works, Your Honor.
Mr. Arabo said he spoke to her Friday at 5 and said he couldn't do anything and told her she should show up at 8:30. So I'm just not going to play cat and mouse here. So I'm going to go ahead and deny your motion. I'd like you to send me over an order that says defendant failed to appear. Defendant having failed to appear for her motion, ex parte motion to stay eviction, and the court being fully advised, it is ordered that defendant's motion to stay eviction is denied. Today is the 23rd. I want you to call off the court officer, Jennifer. I want you to tell him that he's going to go out, and I'd like it in the order, eviction to take place on or after December 26, 2024. I'm told that Ms. Riddle just showed up. Is that true?
Ms. Riddle, right to the podium.
Ms. Riddle, why were you late?
Right here, come this way.
You're late again. You cannot be late.
I just
Ma'am,
You
right
got,
to the
you
podium.
can't just whisper to me from there, ma'am. This is, would you
Oh,
call the,
sorry.
hang on. Would you call the lawyer from Woodcrest, Lisa, or Jennifer? Jeez. Why are people late? Why would you be late? I'm not late. I don't get on here late. Everybody else seems to think they can get on here. Not everybody, but a good percentage think they can show up when they want. We're not a restaurant. Have a seat. I'll try to get you, I'll try to get the lawyer back here, but I already heard the case and said you have to be out.
Judge,
You
I do
can't
know
do
that he
this.
had to be in
Well, call him
Kalamazoo,
up.
so he may
Call
be
him up.
go.
I know.
Okay.
It's our problem now, right? Everybody else thinks we should drop everything for them. Have a seat. I'll see if I can get a hold of them. I hope you're in luck.
Yep. Okay. Go!
Will you hand me my scream box? Now go preach. Rah.
Woodcrest Terrace versus Riddle. 2404086. Come on up here, ma'am. So last time I'm going to call your case again if you're not here the first time. Do we understand one another?
Yes,
I don't know why.
I'm so sorry.
Well, come on up here and tell me your name. What's your name?
Teresa Riddle.
You got to go a lot louder than that. He has to hear you.
Teresa Riddle.
Mr. Arabo,
Yes, Your Honor.
your appearance?
Reno Arabo on behalf of the plaintiff.
So she shows up after the time. Here she is. I'm going to let you proceed. I don't know why you waited so long. You were supposed to be here November 25th. You didn't show. I entered a judgment, said you had to be out by the 5th. Then I must have signed the writ, and they were ready to go out at 8 this morning, and you came in here late Friday and asked for me to hear an emergency motion. So I said it. We couldn't get a hold of you. We called, and now apparently the lawyer told you on Friday to be here at 8:30, and you still didn't show on time. But that being said, go ahead and proceed.
Sorry, with a prior one.
Got to go
I
about 14
never-
times louder.
Oh, I
He's gotta
never
hear you.
received,
And
I never
she-
received any notice. It was sent to the Woodcrest Terraces post office box.
Jennifer,
Miss Riddle's address, I discussed that with her. Her address has always been 1795 in our system. So any
Is that where
notice
you
we
live?
print would go to that
Yes.
address.
Yeah, but the notice was never sent to me. I called the court and they said that,
not louder.
Oh. I called the court and I had an attorney look at my record and they said that the notice was sent to the wrong address.
Was the notice ever sent to the wrong address, Jennifer?
Judge, the notice prints out the addresses, so we wouldn't have been able to send it to the wrong address.
Well, it said on there, he said to Woodcrest Terraces in the post office box.
Why didn't you show up for these hearings?
I didn't receive the notice before, sir.
Ms. Riddle,
I honestly didn't. And then I
There's
had an
nothing I can-
attorney, a friend of mine, look at the record and that's what he found. He goes, there was no notice sent to your address.
we don't hide notices, okay? We sent them out.
Well, he said that it wasn't. It was the wrong address on there.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna,
I never received it. I would have, and I did call the court and I said, was it gonna be sent out? And they said, yeah, that's gonna be sent mailed.
Judge, I show it was mailed November 18th for a November 25th hearing.
But what address are you showing on there?
The same one that I already read off, the Charlton, excuse me.
I never received it. That attorney friend of mine went in my record and said that it was sent to the wrong address. It was sent to the post office box.
I'm not gonna change my mind. I'm not going to change my mind, okay? Listen to me.
Sir,
Ma'am, please listen. I'm sympathetic with what you're going through. I really am. Ma'am, I'm sympathetic. But I cannot sit here and write my own rules. I have to still be fair with the landlord. And the landlord is entitled to possession of the property. I've told him to prepare an order. I've asked him to send it over. I'm not changing my mind. The writ is going to be, I'm going to order that your motion is denied, and the writ is to be executed no earlier than December the 26th. So I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can do for you.
Sir, it was a retaliatory eviction.
You had a lawyer. You guys had a chance to proceed with this.
Could I get it? Oh, no, I had legal aid that withdrew.
I know they did, and you didn't show up for that either.
Well, I was at radiation
Ms. Riddle.
therapy over. I had an appointment, and she was supposed to get this rescheduled just a couple days because I was right in the middle of radiation therapy, and she called me. She said, "You have to get here. You got to get. Can't walk out of that doctor right now and come over." And by the time that I got here, that was the time that it took me to get from 4th Street over to here.
Ms. Riddle.
I had an appointment over there, and that's the
Ms.
whole
Riddle.
point that Miss Cooper was gonna
Ms. Riddle.
reschedule it because I was right going through radiation therapy.
You should have brought these issues up a long time ago.
I did, sir. That's why she was gonna reschedule it because I was like in the middle of that radiation
Counsel,
therapy.
can I ask a question? Do you have any strenuous objection to me giving her until the 30th? I mean, it is freezing out there. She's ill. I hate to, as negligent as I feel like she's been. Do you have any strenuous objection to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
Writ to be executed no earlier than December the 30th. Send that over to me this morning. So you have to be out by the 29th, ma'am. That's the best I can do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sir, can I
Ma'am,
get
there's
Metro
nothing else I
name?
can do. I
Can I
can't.
possibly get Metro name?
Ma'am, we're past that point.
I-
You haven't shown up. You should have come in here a long time ago.
Well, I
Ma'am,
showed up
ma'am,
at
ma'am,
Miss
ma'am.
Cooper
ma'am, please,
withdrew. I
please,
had all the
ma'am,
evidence
ma'am,
for her.
please. I'm sympathetic. I'm not gonna just write my own rules up here.
Well,
Ma'am,
I have
go down the hall.
by the rules.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to leave. I'm not gonna hear anymore. It's the best I'm gonna do for you, okay? Merry Christmas. I'm sorry. Good luck. Curtis Smith versus Doug Vale and Gene Smiley. 240-724. Good morning, Mr. Fanto. How are you?
Jeffrey Fanto on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, is the defendant here, either one of the defendants here, Jennifer? Vale or
Miss
Smiley?
Smiley was here.
Ms. Smiley, I need you to unmute and state your name, ma'am. Bottom left-hand corner of your device.
Thank you. The last name is Smitley, not Smiley. And I'm here
Okay.
with Doug Vale.
All right, can you state your name and spell your name?
Gene Smitley, Jeansmittley.
And sir, your name.
Douglas Vale.
All right, good morning to both of you. There's just a typo in the complaint, so I'll go ahead and allow Mr. Fanto to amend that to reflect that your spelling is S-M-I-T-L-E-Y instead of S-M-I-L-E-Y. First of all, did the two of you, let's start with you, Mr. Vale, and did you listen to and understand the rights, Mr. Vale?
Yes, sir.
Did you, Ms. Smitley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
Yeah, I don't intend on letting this go. I've more than paid him for half of the cost.
All right,
of
let's
this.
slow down and take one thing at a time. First of all, I can't see you. Can I X this out? There we go.
There
All
we
right. Do you want to speak? I'm asking, first of all, do you want to speak to a lawyer and do you intend to apply for funding? So give me an answer as to each one of those questions.
don't intend on speaking to a lawyer today.
Sir,
And
I
I
just
don't
need to
need-
know. Listen to
I
my
don't
question.
need funding.
Listen to my question. Hang on. Yeah. If you tell me you want to speak to a lawyer, I'm going to set you up. If you say, Judge, I don't want to speak to a lawyer, then we're going to move on.
Okay. Yes, I would like to speak to a lawyer.
You intend to apply for funding?
Judge, this is a demand for possession only. It's not a rental.
January 6th at 1, you're going to stay there. We're going to set you up. You can speak to a lawyer. And then, ma'am, Ms. Smitley, do you intend to apply for funding?
No.
Again, Judge, it's possession only.
Oh, gosh, what am I thinking? Thank you. I'm telling you, I'm a little foggy. I didn't even know I had a docket like this morning. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So we're just going to adjourn this to January 6th at 1. Folks, you might want to look for another place. This is just a complaint to recover possession, okay? Unless there's some underlying defense, you're going to have to find another place. But I'll let you speak to a lawyer. January 6th at 1 will be the next court date, and we will go from there. Do you have any questions, Mr. Vale?
How can you do that?
Yeah, I was just wondering how that he could tell me that he was going to sell me this trailer for $20,000, and now I've given him $12,000, and because he's divorcing,
you're going to have to talk to. You're going to have to hang on. You're going to have to talk to a lawyer about all that. I don't know anything about that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes when we try to do things without lawyers, we don't do very well at it, if you know what I mean. Okay.
We never got, sir, Your Honor, we never got any notices until we got this on the 17th of December. There was no, I've been to the post office. I've been to your courthouse. There is no other document that has our name on it until the 17th of this month.
When did you send out the demand for possession, the notice to quit?
It would have been
Jennifer, do you have it?
November 2nd, Judge.
So they're saying they sent it out November. Hang on.
No.
He's saying they have to give 30 days notice. He's saying they sent it out November 2nd. Now,
I understand that, sir.
Wait. We're not having a hearing right now. You guys said you want a lawyer. I'm going to set you up with Lakeshore. They're going to have a caseworker speak to you, and you're going to have to make arrangements to speak with them before the 6th. There's nothing that prevents you from going out and hiring your own lawyer. These are all defenses you can raise on January 6th, okay?
Yes, sir.
But
Thank
speak
you
to
very
your lawyer
much. Have a great day.
about that. Merry Christmas. Thank
Hey,
you.
Judge. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Same to you, Mr. Fanto. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Alan Marchina versus Tiffany Fedu. Apparently this was scheduled quite some time ago, 2404729. Are they here? Your name?
Honor Alan Marchena.
So this is a complaint to recover possession. Were the two of you were living together?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Did he submit a notice to quit more than 30 days ago? Like back in November or October?
No, I never received the actual paper. He sent me a picture of the court copy.
Hang on.
In a text
Do we
message.
have a notice to quit?
Yes, it says that it was personally given on October 16th of 24.
Okay. All right. So why don't you first of all, did you listen to and understand all the rights?
Yes, I did.
And do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
This one's pretty clear, I think. I'm just telling you.
It's actually a domestic violence situation where I ended up leaving because he assaulted me, and I haven't had time to get into a place, and I have multiple bills that are outstanding that.
Slow down a second. Are you still living there?
I am not, but my stuff is there. I've slowly been trying to get in. Well, I've been trying to get into a place, but you have to have a 650 credit score or higher, and every place charges a $50
Slow down.
fee.
I want to just know the answer to this question. Are you still residing there?
My address is still there. I have been staying elsewhere because I don't want to have a reoccurrence of what happened.
Okay. So he's asking you to leave the property. right?
Yes.
That's what he wants, and it sounds like that's what you want. Am I right or
I
wrong?
asked him to give me that I would keep the DTE in my name if he let me keep my stuff there until I could get into a place. And that was the agreement. And then I just found out on Wednesday that he filed for the court date. And I told him, I said, you never gave me the paper.
Where are you living now, ma'am?
His parents' house across the street.
Does he have a domestic violence charge pending? Yes?
Yes.
Where's that at? In this court?
No, it's actually through the Michigan State Police Department.
What court is that in?
I'm not sure. With his stepdad being the chief of police of Brownstown, it was a conflict of interest. So he referred it over to the Michigan State Police Department.
I don't see anything here that would indicate that there's a case pending.
Your Honor.
Now,
I am.
yes, what?
There's no case pending.
Yeah, it would be in our system just because the state police are investigating rather than Brownstown. They would still have to bring the case here. And there's no case pending here. So in other words, if the offense happened, well, that might be that you have turned it over to the state police. I'm just telling you, or they have. It makes sense. The Brownstown police are not going to investigate it if there's a conflict like that. So the state police are investigating it. If the state police were following through with a complaint through the prosecutor's office, and I don't know if they have or not.
He informed me that
I'm just telling you, it would be, if it was filed, it would be filed in this court. All right, let's back it up here a second. So you're living with his parents across the street? Is that what you said?
because I have no place to go and I was living out of my car. So they're allowing me and my two boys to stay there so I don't have to be in my car.
And he owns the property on his own. Is that true?
Yeah, through a land contract.
Technically, you're still in possession of the property, whether you're going in there or not, if you have belongings in there. I want to be clear about that.
Your Honor,
Yes.
she's also been coming to the house. She actually did a lawn job to the house a couple days ago. We have video. She keeps coming across the street is the reason that I've been asking for separation. She'll come over and harass me and then run back across the street. So that's why I'm looking to move forward. You know what I mean? With the proceeding for it.
I go over there when he's not there to try to pack up my stuff. And then if I'm there and he finds out, he comes home and starts an argument and I end up recording it. And then it gets to the point where he gets.
Okay, so let me be clear about a couple things here. If somebody came over and you have evidence that that person intentionally damaged your lawn,
yep,
you can make a police report. But I want to be clear, unless some judge has ordered her not to go back to that property, she has the right to go back to that property. Do you fully and completely understand that?
No, I understand that. That's why we're here today.
Hang on. I just want to make sure you completely understand that. Do you completely understand that?
Yeah, that's why we're here today to move forward with it.
So you don't get to be judge and jury, in other words. In other words, no judge has ordered her out of that property. So if she walked over there and entered into that property right now, you have no recourse. You can't lay a hand on her because that's illegal. And she has the right to be there. Do you understand that? I want to make sure you are 100%.
Your Honor, I understand.
Listen, I'm not done talking yet. Maybe I'm not talking fast enough. But I want to make sure you're 100% understanding of that particular premise. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. And we're going by allegations of right now.
There's no allegations. There's no allegations that I know of that pertain to this. And my function right now is only to determine whether or not she has to vacate the property. She says she made a domestic violence complaint. It's not on there. You say she committed the offense of malicious destruction of property. I don't see a charge on here either. Did you file a police report?
Yes, I did with Brownstown.
Can you double check and make sure that? Did you witness this?
No, I caught it. They got it on the camera system across the street.
Go check her out, Tiffany. Okay, I don't have anything on here indicating that she's been charged with anything.
Not charged. They did a report on it. And they said,
all right, well. So we have two allegations of criminal conduct, neither of which have appeared in our system yet, meaning that there's been no charge. Look, I'm adjourning this so she can talk to a lawyer. I don't want anything going on over there. In other words, I don't want you two over there fighting. I don't want you acting like you're king of the castle, Mr. Marchina. You might own the property, but she's been there and she has the right to go through the eviction process. Do we understand one another?
Yeah, sir.
And I don't want you to go out of your way to harangue or harass him. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. That's why I've only been going over there when he's not home, so I could try to pack up her stuff.
I don't know why you're just not letting her go over there and pack up, and maybe you two can be mature enough. There's no order. There's no PPO anybody has, right?
I'm in the middle of filling that out with First Step.
All right, well, whatever. The point is, as of this second, there's no PPO. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah.
There's been no judge anywhere in the country that's told either one of you you cannot have contact with the other, right?
That's correct, Your
Is that true? Is that true?
No, you're right, Your Honor.
I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor, you're right.
How old are you, Mr. Marchina?
37.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Maybe you two can be mature enough to have a phone conversation at least, where she can go back in there and pack her things up and then get it out of there and everybody's going to be happy.
I have no problem with that, Your Honor.
Well, did you not complain before about her going in when you're not there, or am I dreaming?
No, she has came in and but it's fine for her to come in and get her stuff. She can set a date that she would like and she can come and get it.
Set a date.
We need to set a date.
Well,
Are you going to be there today?
She's going to come, so I don't have to be here.
Well, then you two can talk and act mature. You're not 9 anymore. We're adjourning this, adjourned to January 6th at 1 p.m. You two can talk. You wanted to talk to a lawyer. I'm going to set you up with a lawyer. You're going to go into a computer room. Tell John to set her up. And you're going to speak with the caseworker at Lakeshore, and they're going to tell you how to get a hold of your lawyer. Okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Merry Christmas to both of you. I don't want any shenanigans going on over there, folks. I mean it. You won't want to see me again if you do, and I mean that sincerely. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do I have Groseal Township versus Hayward at Carol and Laura? 2404396.
Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Wayne on behalf of the township.
Ms. Hayward,
I'm here.
I need you to tell me your name, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Laura Hayward.
Counsel, I don't know what happened here, except to say Carol Hayward, the other defendant here, is deceased. I was told that December 2nd. I believe that this was for non-payment of, the township acquired it through a tax foreclosure.
Yes,
we
sir.
We adjourned it to today at 9 o'clock. I encourage the parties to speak, see if they could work something out. I feel bad for Ms. Hayward. I understand she dropped the ball. Did you two talk at all?
I haven't talked to anybody and nobody's contacted me except for a letter that I got in the mail.
Your Honor, if I could, I'm sorry, Your Honor, may I? My colleague, Kristen Kolb, she and I had discussed this. It's my understanding that at the last hearing, you asked Ms. Cole to speak with the township and to see if our client was amenable to any kind of resolution. Ms. Cole did do that. However, the township didn't have anything to offer and wanted to proceed with the recovering the possession of the property.
How much was this over again? She has all kinds of equity. Why did you let this? I mean, she had all kinds of equity. Why did you let this happen again, Ms. Hayward?
With my mom passing and my dad and my brother also, there is no excuse per se. The reasons is just the depression and trying to take care of everybody's estates and trying to get everything done.
How much equity did you have in this again? Remind me. How much were the taxes? Tell me.
We paid $175,000 cash for the house in 2017.
Well, I know, but you got to tell me more than that.
I don't understand any of that.
Okay, what's the value of the home now?
I'm going to assume it's $200,000 to $225,000.
2 to 325?
200 to 225.
To 225.
Correct.
If you bought it for 175 in 2017, I'm sure it's worth a lot more than that. What was the amount of the tax liability?
Per year, I think so, right around $6,000.
Counsel, how much was she in arrearage on the taxes?
If you give me a second, Your Honor, I only had the current up to, I believe, the time that the township took possession via sheriff's deed, which would have been in August of this year.
Did you get notices of all this, ma'am? Did you pay cash? Did your mom pay cash for the property?
Yes, we did. Correct.
Did you get notice of all these foreclosure sales and notices that your taxes were delinquent? Why didn't you take any steps? I feel awful about this, and there's not a thing I can do about it.
That I did not until there was a
probably
notice.
A $300,000 house go over $18,000 in taxes. Do you realize that? If you paid $175 in 2017, I can almost promise you it's almost double that. Why didn't you take any steps? Did you receive notices on this?
I know I had a notice that was taped to the door in August. And that's when I called Mr. Nade, or I called the ship and I tried to get a hold of Mr. Nadu. Mr. Nadu didn't. I left messages for a couple of days and then I sent him a letter, cashier's check of $6,000 to let them know.
Have you talked to a lawyer about this? Remind me.
Yes, I did.
I don't want to know what the lawyer told you, and I don't want to know what you told the lawyer. You have a lawyer that's going to try to assist you? Somebody?
I can, yes.
All right, at the risk of not doing my job one last time, I'm giving you until January the 6th. If you don't have a lawyer with some ideas and thoughts as to how there was some kind of defect in the process, I'm going to have to give them a judgment. I'm actually going to give you one more week. Jennifer, because of holidays, give me one more week. Is it the 13th?
Let me double check. Yes, Judge, the 13th at 1 o'clock.
Your Honor, may I?
Yeah.
I just want to add that prior to today, a couple of weeks ago, I believe, I did look at the register of actions. It was my understanding that Ms. Hayward perhaps had retained counsel. I didn't see an appearance filed or any contact information. So I did try to, again, I tried to reach out to who and see if she had counsel prior to today. But again, there was nothing that I saw that indicated she had one.
No, I don't believe she did. This is not the action where she should. I don't want to cast aspersions here. I understand. It seems like if she could come up with the money that the township might be more compassionate. I'll just put it to you that way. On the other hand, ma'am, Ms. Hayward, yes. I can't just make up, as you heard me say this before, I just can't make up my own rules here.
I understand.
I can't do that. That's not right.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to think that something could be worked out. That's all I'll say about it. That's why I'm giving you the extra time. Go get yourself a lawyer and see if you can fight that. If you come back without a lawyer that's going to sit here and tell me there's some defect in the process, I'm going to have to give them judgment in possession. Okay. It's the best I can do.
Okay.
I really wish the township, and again, I get it, but they're not entrepreneurs over there, right? It's a nonprofit organization. I mean, seriously. And I'm not entirely sure I agree with whoever's making the calls here. Let me just be political and say that, even though I think I'm non-political. I'll see you guys January 13th at 1:00. Stephen Parton, Gary Stephen Parton, 21B139416C, 20B137646B, 23B143880A, 20B137660, 23T640756.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Your name?
Gary Stephen Parton.
You gotta be kidding. Tell me you're kidding. Tell me you want to just give me a laugh right before Christmas.
No,
I'm serious. Now you're coming in here for time to pay? Are you serious? Please tell me you're kidding. Please tell me this is part of a Saturday Night Live skit or something. Are you kidding me? Seriously? You've been playing with me for years now. Do I look like the kind of guy that wants to have you ignore us? Are you serious? You got all these cases dating way back. I gave you just on the top one, I gave you back on I mean, you've been screwing around with this for a long time. You were here in March. I said, pay 50 now, 60 bi-weekly. We never heard. I mean, I can go on these.
I was able to make
I'm just curious, what caused you to come in here today? I'm just curious.
Because I was going to ask you if I could get put back on the payment plan until March.
You've made your own payment plan by ignoring us for 4 years. Are you kidding?
All my cases were resolved at one time in March, Your Honor. The cases that were pending were old cases, and they were all resolved at one time in March.
Hang on, that's not true. You had this case in front of Judge Hessen that was resolved in September of 23. You had this case in front of me that was resolved in August of 23. You had this case that was resolved in front of me in August of 23. You got this case here that was resolved in August of 23, and you got this one that was resolved in August of 23. But I've given you break after break. Where do you work at?
Kristen Detroit Roofing.
How much do you make there?
$18 an hour.
I really am truly curious. What made you come in here today and ask for this?
Well, because by me doing
Because it's the day before Christmas?
Well, Your Honor, my hours are slow through the winter, but
were they slow or was it slow in the summer?
I just started this job. I was working for Ed Kine through the summer, Your Honor.
I don't get you guys. I don't understand this. I just don't understand this.
Not to mention I had to move, Your Honor. I live next door.
Why didn't you come and talk to me? Did I not tell you? Come here. Let me just ask you a question. I don't say to them that I'm perfect, but I tell everybody that needs time to pay, if you don't have the money, come talk to me on or before the due date, either in person or by Zoom. I've been doing that for decades. Did I tell you that?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many different times did I tell you that? Tell me.
You've told me that twice.
Well, then you're only in front of me for time to pay twice. Because if you're in front of me for time to pay 9 times, I would have told you 9 times. If you were in front of me for time to pay 6 times, I would have told you 6 times.
I do
And all of a
apologize,
sudden
Your Honor.
today, you decide you want to come in here. There has to be some other motive. What's the other motive?
I just want to make sure I don't default on my payment plan. I was able to make
Defaulted
the,
for decades, for years. You've been playing with us. This was a 2020 case you didn't show up on. These are not cases that just began 3 months ago. This one was a 2023 case. This one was a 2020 case. This one was a 2023 case. And this one was a 2021 case. How much do you have today?
I have 2 payments, Your Honor. 120, and I made a payment 3 days ago.
They knew how I'd be down there. I got to give them credit. Needs new payment arrangement, please. Smile, smile faces. I mean, they knew I'd get a kick out of this one. I got to tell you. Oh boy. Well, so you have $120 today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then how much are you going to pay?
Can you put me on an 80 a month payment plan just till March, and I'll make way more
Do you realize
progress
how long that will take you? 80 a month?
It won't. Your Honor, when my hours pick up, my motivation is to pay this off as quickly as possible. I hate coming in here, Your Honor, and I know you're tired of seeing me, but I am dedicated to making way more progress than that, Your Honor. I just have, in March, when my hours pick up I just started a job doing roofing, so it's slow right now, and I'm in the process of moving. But like I said, in March, my hours will pick up, and I will focus solely on making progress on these payments. It won't be the 80 a month, I assure you.
How old are you?
50.
It's kind of time to grow up, don't you think?
Way past that, Your Honor.
On 20B137660, you pay $120 today, you pay $80 per month, and I'm going to start that beginning on January 17th and the 17th of every month thereafter until paid in full. You're going to pay by June 1st, the 405 or thereabouts that's owed on 23B143880A. You're going to pay you only owe $3. I'll just waive the balance on this one. That's silly. I'll waive the $3 balance on 20B137646B. You pay on the other suspend charge, 23T640756 in front of Judge Hess, and you pay that by July the 15th. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you pay the C file, the 21B139416C. You pay that in full by September 15th. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Of 25. Now, if you don't have the money, you come in here and talk to us on or before the due date. We're not that bad. You cannot ignore courts like this. Don't do it again.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Too.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. He needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're going to start bringing people in first. People going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
I have no patience for that. The truth, at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.